Hey everybody, I'm John Granado, and that's Lance Zerline. You can hear us both on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet, so you get all of our content here at SportsMap HOU. Lance, which is worse, Justin Verlander Yankee, Justin Verlander Mariner?
Oh, Justin Verlander. Wow, that's almost a trick question. Justin Verlander Yankee. I don't see – I mean, yeah, Verlander would be in the same division, but how many times would you actually see him? And, yes, he'd get a pitch multiple times in a year. He'd probably get in the neighborhood of 34 starts if he's healthy. But I still would rather see Justin Verlander Mariner than Justin Verlander Yankee.
That makes one of us. I would rather have him a Yankee.
With Garrett
The
Cole?
Mariners are closer to winning than the Yankees are. The Mariners have Castillo. When you got that 1-2 punch of Verlander and Castillo, you've got a
MVP
better
and the
lineup
Cy
up
Young?
and down. You're in the division. Give me Justin Verlander.
So you want
Yankee.
Rodriguez over Judge, and you think – and who's your second pick? Well, that's two
No,
really
the
good.
lineup up and down is much better. It's not even close.
For Seattle?
Yes.
Yeah, but Yankees can buy stuff at any point.
But they
want.
haven't. They're terrible at
Yeah,
it.
but I think Seattle's lineup was just okay.
And plus,
Seattle's
they're going to have
lineup
to
wasn't
pay
great.
Judge. They're going to have to pay Judge so much
But they're
that they're
going
not
to.
going to be able to fill all that in. They've got older players that aren't good. They're not good. He's not good at finding talent. The Mariners are a better organization right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I just don't want him going to the Yankees. I mean, I just don't. I don't want to see him there with Garrett Cole. I don't want to see Severino, who looked pretty good. I mean, he's just back from injury. I don't want to see them have a big three because at any point they can make a trade. You know, Josh Donaldson didn't used to play as bad as we saw. That version of Josh Donaldson was the worst maybe since he's been and played professional baseball. The Astros happened to get a really bad version of that lineup. That lineup wasn't hitting like that early in the year. They were much, much tougher. And I still think that Seattle, when push comes to shove, I don't think Seattle's willing to spend or trade for the pieces necessary to compete at the highest level.
I don't
of the
know.
Astros.
I think they already are. And I just don't want that. And I just think they're a better organization. I just don't want him in on that team. And because the Yankees are the Yankees. They're all a bunch of fluff. They're a bunch of smoke.
But you see them all the time, though. I mean, they obviously get to the ALCS.
Yeah, well, yeah, they've gotten there. Yeah, no, the Mariners are there, though, now. The Mariners are where you don't want them to be. They are. And you know where you don't want to be? You don't want to have an enlarged prostate. If you have an enlarged prostate, it can be really dangerous, can't it?
Yes, so if you've got increased pressure, it could go up to your kidneys, cause kidney failure, and a lot of the symptoms are related to that pressure, so having to urinate often, incomplete emptying, so you'll go, but you don't feel like all of it came out.
We want an X stream, not a low stream, right?
That is what we're after here, is an extreme.
If you think you have an enlarged prostate, one place to go, 975prostate.com. That's the Astros loaded. What if Verlander actually – I think we're just giving up on the fact that Verlander can sign here, right? I mean, it would –
I gave up on it last year. Why would I not give up on it this year? And last year, I didn't think Michael Brantley was coming back. I didn't think Justin Verlander was coming back.
I don't know why we're giving it up. I don't know why we're giving up on it. They could actually re-sign Justin Verlander. And if he comes back, wow, you're by far the best pitching staff. But you got – now all of a sudden you got a problem. Is Hunter Brown up? Do you have to trade? Do you have to trade somebody? Is it going to be Urquidy? Is it going to be Garcia? I can't be Javier, right? What are you going to do if JV comes back?
Yeah, you'd have to move one of those two pitchers. You'd probably move Garcia or Urquidy and get a position player back, or look to just, and frankly, maybe you wouldn't look to get a position player back. You'd look to bolster in minor leagues. That's more than likely what they would do, because this is a team that understands the value of having club control younger players that you can afford to pay a little bit more for a Justin Verlander when you have him. So I do think that bolstering the minor leagues through a trade probably is something that the Astros would welcome if they had that opportunity, especially when you'd be sitting there with 7 legitimate MLB pitchers, and that was something that 2 years ago you could have never envisioned that. And here we are with 7 legitimate major league starters.
Well, what about, you've got –
Well, if Justin re-signs.
If Justin re-signs.
Yeah.
What about, Urquidy or Hunter Brown could be that 6th starter when you need 6 starters. Okay, and that actually wasn't a bad idea. You got fewer starts out of guys. They were fresher at the end. Justin Verlander didn't love it, but guess what? He was a much better pitcher in Game 5 of the World Series than he has been in the past because he wasn't gassed from the whole season. How about a bullpen with Hunter Brown and Urquidy in it, along with Stanek and Montero and Presley and Neris? I mean, I don't know that you have to trade somebody, but Urquidy and Hunter Brown would have to be amicable to going into the bullpen.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have it with two guys. This isn't the playoffs. Urquidy wants to start. He needs starts. I mean, he's got a contract coming up. He can't be sitting there.
He's arbitration this year.
Yeah, but I mean, he's going to be a starting pitcher for someone if it's not the Astros, and I think he's going to want to get his starts. Number one, his arbitration number will be higher if he's a starter who's able to get his normal number of starts in. I don't think he wants to be in the bullpen.
I know he doesn't.
And that's why I think I think the Astros would find more value in dealing in Urquidy or Garcia than sticking him in the bullpen. You've got a strong bullpen, and I don't think it makes sense to take a starter and just kind of grind out potential innings.
Totally disagree. You're not going to get value for the value that you want out of our Urquidy out in a trade. I'd much rather have that guy on the team coming in long relief or in crucial situations than most anybody else.
If he's a reliever, I mean, but I'm glad you think that way because I'm guarantee you Urquidy and his agent don't think that way.
But you know what?
You're costing him money. Way to go. Way to pocket watch Urquidy.
No, I'm sorry, Urquidy. You know what? This is what's best for the baseball team, and you know what? That's how it is. And a lot of guys, sorry, wish in one hand, want in the other. You're in the bullpen. You're in the bullpen. Sorry, pal.
He's a little bit expensive for a middle reliever.
Well, we don't know how much he's going to make yet.
Well, it's going to be a lot more than just a standard Seth
Martinez.
What
do you mean? Montero is making $11 million a year.
No, it's Montero just got paid.
Right.
Tell me what Seth Martinez is making.
Seth Martinez has just come up. He's a $700,000 guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's no comparison.
That's what I'm talking about. Those guys are the ones that cost less, so you can't afford Montero.
You money.
I know. That's why you're not going to throw another.
Abreu's going to cost you money.
You need a less expensive guy. That's my point. And that's not going to be the starter who's going to hit arbitration.
Well,
it's going to be a higher number than one of these less expensive relievers.
Listen, I'm going to tell you what. Urquidy.
You just love Urquidy. Admit that you don't want your crush to leave.
No, I love him. I do love him, and I want him on the team. And if it has to be in the bullpen, then so be it. I still love you.